going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today it's Showdown preview day. We're going to be previewing this week's Showdown 49, Port Adelaide versus Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval, Saturday night at 7:10 p.m. Showdown 49, one away from the illustrious 50 showdowns in a row. But this one, it's going to be proving to be quite an intriguing one because at the moment, Port Adelaide coming off a pretty poor loss to Brisbane, and Adelaide getting pumped by the Giants at home. Showcases that this is a very important showdown for both teams who are pretty much at the other end of each scale. Port Adelaide looking to reclaim a bit of respect, a bit of making a statement as such. While the Crows, well, they've had a really good start to the year, and they'll be looking to claim a big scalp in. Well, what's a bigger scalp than Port Adelaide in a showdown for them? So it'll be very interesting to see how this one pans out. Let me know in the comments below what you are thinking about this one, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's preview Showdown 49. Where do I start? This one is a massive game for Port Adelaide in particular. Looking at the Port perspective here, sitting 5-2, third on the ladder. Look, it's been a pretty inconsistent year for every team, really. They've well, besides Melbourne and the Dogs, they've had teams have had low performances, and we've had two so far against the Eagles and Brisbane, and both away. Both are a bit of a concern for me, but you can only play who's in front of you, and there's nothing more better than making a statement in front of the home crowd at a showdown and beating the Crows. And look, it won't get much talking, won't get much going in our favour in terms of our premiership contenders or premiership threat, or getting a bit of credibility back that we lost from losing to Brisbane up in Brisbane. But it will help us, I think, just reaffirm in our minds, really, that any team that sets us a challenge, we can come out. It's a big game. We have played in big games this season against the Tigers. We prevailed in tough circumstances. We didn't perform against the Eagles. We didn't perform against the Lions. We've had enough in our back pockets to say that, yeah, we're Port Adelaide, we're here, we're going to fight. And against the Crows at home, in a home showdown in front of our faithful, a full capacity crowd this weekend. I know it's already basically sold out. It's a massive game, and I think, from a Crows perspective as well, you look at it, they've come off a really bad loss to GWS. They were inaccurate, 4 goals 15, and we were the same, 5 goals 14. And I think, this week they're going to come out no holds barred. They've got nothing to lose, the Crows. So why not spoil a Port Adelaide party? They get Rory Sloane back in this week. It's going to be a massive inclusion for them in the midfield. And we saw last year's showdown in round 2 with only 2,000 people. We were wearing the prison bars, and it was a pretty embarrassing performance. And the Crows will be knowing that. They know that's in the back of their minds. They want to come out and produce a solid performance. And yeah, they might not win, but they'll come out and they'll give us a good ride for 4 quarters, and I'm definitely not expecting a big blowout. Whilst I think that will be the big statement for Port, is to come out, win by 60, 70 points, and really make sure that we make a statement. I feel like it's going to be a real tight game, and I don't think anyone's going to really break away into massive measures. And I really feel like Port Adelaide, if anything, we do get Travis Boak back, which is a massive plus, and he's a massive inclusion in terms of that midfield, because we really only had 2 people stand up, and I feel like that with both back in, Wines and Drew can relax a bit more. They did all the shoulder carrying last week, and Power Pepper can have a bit more of a run in the forward line and create that forward pressure that I think we lacked last week. It's going to be a dry night, so it's going to help the likes of Charlie Dixon and Mitch Georgiadis, and Todd Marshall's going to have to be looking for something really to claim a spot at the moment, because he had a dreadful game last week, and I back him. I still back him now. I did have a bit of a go at him in the review, and I can see plenty of opinions stating that he should be dropped, and his effort is uncanny. He deserves an opportunity based on his effort, but I think he's got to take his opportunity now. This is the time to really stand up, and in a showdown, if he gets 5 or 10 marks and kicks a couple of goals and has 15 plus possessions, then that's more than satisfying for me. He's got to be that lead up forward that sets us up across the centre half forward along the wing. Got to be that target and allow Charlie and Mitch Georgiadis to be more of an option down there. And there's no Daniel Talia to keep Charlie Dixon in his pocket now. So he's got an opportunity to take advantage of the young defenders of the Crows and really out-muscle them. And this is a perfect chance for our delivery inside 50 to be cleaner, be more efficient, hit those lead targets. It really frustrates me that all these key forwards, they're kicking 20. It's round 7. They kick 20 plus goals. Taylor Walker's leading the Coleman medal. That is a big matchup this week, and he's leading the Coleman with 27 goals. And our tall forward and Charlie Dixon's only kicked 10. That really concerns me, and that is the reason why this week is such a big week for Charlie Dixon, because if he comes out, kicks 3 or 4, then almost happy days. He's back, big Charlie, got a monster, a few of the young Crows defenders. But I think if he's really going to have to prove a point, I'm putting big measures on this game. I'm stating that we should win by 80 points. That's a statement. And then Charlie Dixon makes a statement kicking 6. That's high expectations for a statement. But if he can kick 3 or 4, really help us really push the point forward early on and really put it out of doubt, then I'll be more than satisfied with a Charlie performance. But like I said, Taylor Walker's in fantastic nick at the moment. He's really performing at a level that is like Tex of old. And, I've got nothing but respect for Tex Walker in the way he's gone about it this year. He's been superb on and off the field. He's really enjoying his footy. And, I love a story of players over 30 who have been written off and then they come back and, we got our own. Travis Boak, he's playing career best footy at the age of 32. And Tex Walker, 30-odd now, and he's playing great footy, kicking goals, and just he's got such a presence. And that's going to be a really hard matchup. And I think it's going to be a team defence style play to us to really shut him down, to keep him below 2 goals, because even on his down days, he's still kicking 2 or 3. So, and we've seen in the past, Tom Cleary does have a really good measure on Taylor Walker. So with that combining with Lear coming across and Tom Jonas helping out as well, it could be a really good team defence. And the Crows have lost a bit of that X factor down forward in terms of the small forward now. They've got quite a young brigade down there. So with Tex, nullifying him could really have a really great effect for us moving forward. So that's probably going to be the main issues, I think, for both sides, is their forward delivery and taking their chances, because we know we've got great midfields in terms of both sides, and Port Adelaide in particular with Boak and Wines, and you throw in Power Pepper, Drew's going to be good in there. Connor Rosie's been excellent, I think, throughout his time while Butters has been out. I think he's really having an impact. Obviously last week was a little disappointing, but Robbie Gray can be thrown in there as well, and that's going to be really crucial, that mix in the middle. And it does feel like we're missing one, because with the Crows getting Sloan back, they have a really good base already with Keys in there, and Rory Laird's been spending more time in the middle. So it's going to be one based on taking opportunities. And we saw last week, as I said, 5-14 for Port and 4 goals 15. Both sides getting basically pumped off the park. Effort will be there. Regardless of that, effort will be there for both sides, and we'll be able to see that. But it's those key factors that will build into what this game holds. And I think it'll relies down to who can take the big stage the most, because 50,000 people is going to be electrifying. The atmosphere is going to be amazing. Never tear us apart. Not giving in. Running out to the ground. The first goal of the game is going to be crucial, because that's going to swing so much momentum, especially with the crowd. If the Crows can silent the Port crowd, then they're in with hell of a shot for the whole night. So many factors build into this. Besides all of those factors, and people might be saying, "Oh, Anthony, you're a bit held back on this. You're sort of being more mutual for both sides here." And yeah, it is a showdown preview, so I'm trying to give factors for both teams. But at the end of the day, the person in me, I've picked every result this year for Port, and usually I get that gut feeling around now, the Thursday afternoon. For the whole week, I've felt nothing. I felt, this is concrete. We're going to win. And today, no different. So I'm picking Port to win by 55 points. I think the statement will be there. Whether or not the Crows can go with us for 4 quarters is the question mark for me, because the young list, we got the bigger bodies, the harder bodies, and I think our talent might just overdo the Crows a little bit more. But at this stage, you just never know. It's a showdown. Anything can happen, but Port by 55 for me. And the showdown medalist, I'm going to pick Robbie Gray. There it is, everyone. That is my showdown preview. Again, let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. It's going to be an exciting night, Saturday night footy, the showdown, the best rivalry in the AFL, hands down in my opinion. It's got a lot riding on it, and it's round 8, so a lot of crazy stuff has happened in the past. I'm looking forward to seeing what this one produces as well. So I'll be there. I might be looking forward to seeing everyone else there, and hopefully it's a great night. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content coming your way across the season. My name is Anthony, and as always, come the pair.